Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Same. And thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great with everything going on all over the internet with the man. What's his name again? Something Lowry and all that came out on the internet to say that he was trying to use migrant and then Haitian migrant and then N word like popped up from his mouth. And a white woman actually stood. I mean, the woman anchoring the show said that the man is a nobleman and that whatever that happened was just a miss. Like, why are you people lying so much? And I am going to say this: if you are a black person and you are mocking Haitians over what is going on or what happened to them, I want you to know that when they see you, they don't know who is Haitian. They don't know who is Black American. They don't know who is Jamaican. They don't know who is from anywhere. They don't even know who is migrant, right? Once you are black, you are black. They see you as the same. So for those making fun of what is going on, I want you to know that the more you make fun of what is going on, you are making fun of yourself because you might be the next victim. Why did I say so? Because they don't know if I am Nigerian. They don't know if the next person is Ghanaian. And you are Black American. So these are the things we need to think. Let's get into this.
The police have gone through 11 months of recordings of calls, and they've only found 2 Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian migrants taking.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call a Freudian slip. What is a Freudian slip, you ask? It is when you mistakenly say something that you really feel, right? Right? So he genuinely calls us niggas. He says that, but he didn't want to say it on the interview. But his subconscious just couldn't hold back. It just jumped out. Okay? And for them to try to say that he was trying to say migrant, there is no way that migrant and nigga sound the same. No matter how much y'all try to bend it, shift it, it don't fit. It don't fit. You're trying to put a square in a triangle. It don't fit, babes. We all know who you are. And the fact that there are black people on the internet behaving like this.
Bro, they really out here decapitating animals and y'all are making jokes out of it. Imagine if you went outside and you saw your dog's head decapitated on the fucking ground. Like, why are y'all thinking this is a joke? It's not a joke. I don't feel comfortable walking anywhere.
Crying, snotting, talking about the migrants are eating our dogs. The migrants are doing this. I don't feel safe. You think when that white man sees your black ass on the street, he's like, that is a Black American right there. Do you think they know the difference between a fucking Haitian and a Black American? That's the part that the black people who are falling for this shit don't understand. Do you think they know the difference between a Black American and any Black migrant? Unless you're like Sudanese or like South Sudanese or something, because they're gorgeous and they have a very distinct look to them. But tell me what a Haitian looks like. For those of you who do not know me, and before you scroll over to my page, what do I look like? Did you automatically assume Jamaican? Did you automatically assume that I'm a Jamaican immigrant? Probably not. Maybe some of you will say that. And I know some of you are going to be like, I don't look Haitian. What does Haitian look like? What does Haitian look like? What does a Black migrant look like? Because at the end of the day, we're all migrants. We are the descendants of Black migrants. We all migrated here from some fucking where. And to them, we all niggas. Haitian nigga, Jamaican nigga, Black American nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga. They don't give a fuck as long as you're black. So when I see black people online hooping and hollering, falling for the fucking propaganda, it blows my mind. Quite literally. I'll be like, you're not serious. You are not serious. but y'all are. And I want better for us. I just want to make it clear. So all this infighting that we're doing about being Haitian and black, or African and black, or whatever black you're from, or even if you're, until you open your trap, when they're just looking at you across the street, all they see is your skin. That's it. That's it. People have been watching my videos for as long as I've been posting. And if they have not paid attention to the fact that my page says product of Jamaica, and every now and again I'll let a little patois slip, and they'll be like, is that an accent? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So until we open up our mouth, they don't know what the fuck we are. So to them, I digress.
Why do white people hate Haiti so much? It is because the existence of Haiti makes a core tenet of the white supremacist understanding of the world defunct and makes their ideology nonsensical. Number one, white supremacy depends on an understanding of the world that says that black people are either too weak or too servile to fight for their own freedom and achieve it. I don't know if you've ever had the displeasure of interacting with a British person, especially a British person who still takes pride in the British Empire, because you should see the absolute peacocking they do when they tell you, actually, the British Empire abolished slavery. Yeah. To hear them tell it, you'd think the entire debate about slavery happened while black people were just kind of passively sitting around. The white supremacist version of history affords absolutely no agency to people of color. Haiti is the first country that 100% unflinchingly defies this narrative and refuses to be written into a way that fits the white supremacist narrative. And Western quote-unquote civilization has never forgiven Haiti for this.
So white women are okay with felonies. White women are okay with rape. White women are okay with sexism. White women are okay with misogyny. White women are okay with fraud. White women are okay with racism. White women are okay with fear-mongering and spreading hate. But white women absolutely draw the line at animal cruelty and Taylor Swift. And now they're torn. Now the white women who were supporting Trump are torn because the animal cruelty, right, was said to be being done by immigrants, and not just any immigrants, black immigrants, right? So that hyper kicked into gear their need to protect the animals at all costs. But now that the same person who claimed that the black immigrants were eating their pets has come out and said that he hates Taylor Swift, now the white women are torn. They don't know what to do now. They don't know what to do now. Because not him coming for Queen Tay-Tay. Not him coming for Queen... What? What are we to do now? What do we care more about? The cats and the dogs? Or Queen Taylor? White women. White women who are non-Trump supporters, if you ever wonder why it's difficult for some of us to trust you and to see you as an accomplice, because we don't need allies. We don't want allies. And you self-proclaiming to be an ally, yeah, that's not the move. But if you ever wonder why it is we keep you at a distance, or we just don't seem to really trust you entirely, this is why. This is why. Your fellow European Americans don't have the best track record when it comes for what they do and don't stand for. Because the line should have started and stopped with racism. Y'all should draw the line at racism, full stop. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts, non-negotiable. But no, it's animal cruelty and Taylor Swift. Okay.
I need you to understand they see us all the same, that in this moment right here, right now, we are all Haitians. And the fact that more of you don't realize this is extremely concerning, especially considering what Rich Lowry let slip out of his mouth. This is Rich Lowry, editor-in-chief of the National Review, a conservative news and opinion magazine. And while discussing Republican Vice Presidential candidate J.D. Vance's admission that he is willing to make up news to garner attention, in other words, just flat out lie to the media for attention, he said,
I think it was in that interview where Dana Bash says, the police have gone through 11 months of recordings of calls, and they've only found 2 Springfield residents calling to complain about Haitian migrants taking geese from ponds. Only 2 calls.
This was an interview with Megyn Kelly, who defended his misspeak by saying that Rich Lowry is a man of fine and gracious character. And I would assume that she thinks she too is a woman of fine and gracious character, because this is the same Megyn Kelly who was finally fired from NBC after a blackface controversy. I need you to understand that when they say Haitians are eating the pets, bringing HIV/AIDS to communities, they are talking about me, and they are talking about you. Every single one of us who are black in this country, whether you arrived recently or you were brought here by force post 1619, you need to stop pretending as though the racist attacks are not aimed directly at you too, because they absolutely are. They absolutely are. So you might be at home playing cotton picking season, pissing in hot cotton and role play garments with your partner for likes, clicks, and views on this here internet. But make no mistake, they want you back in your chains, in your place post Project 2025, and they are willing to do anything and everything within their power to make it so. When they speak, I need you to listen and hear plainly and clearly exactly what they said.
I'm really happy to see the change in rhetoric, particularly as it pertains to people making jokes about what's happening to the Haitian community, knowing that they are lies that J.D. Vance and Donald Trump has been spreading. And this makes me want to circle back to something that I noticed happening right away, right when Kamala Harris announced her presidency. At that time, there was a lot of rhetoric that people were using, such as, I have to put my mask on first before I can save others, as it pertains to the Palestinian community and the ongoing genocide that they are facing. And I need us to understand both right and left-leaning, both Republican and Democrats, are using the rhetoric in which you use to manufacture your consent to do whatever the fuck they want. Very early on in that conversation, too, a lot of people were talking about how immigrants and first-gen Americans and blah, blah, blah should not have conversations about the political election and about political candidates or people who live outside of the U.S. And the reason why I find that so funny is the irony in knowing that many of you do not or are choosing to be unaware of the fact that Kamala Harris herself is a first-generation American. This is not my endorsement of Kamala Harris, honestly, far from it. But what I think is interesting is that in your rhetoric to uphold nationalist ideals, you're willing to say things like that people shouldn't have opinions on things that are going to affect them. Because whether you believe it or not, the U.S. does not exist in a vacuum. So trying to uphold nationalist rhetoric is not going to save you, because the U.S. likes to dabble and play a lot in foreign politics. It likes to cause the destruction of countries. It likes to cause the destabilization of countries, no matter if it's a Democrat or a Republican sitting in that seat. And due to this, there are one of two options made to people outside of the U.S., unless you live in another Western power. Those options are stay in a country that is being actively destabilized, likely by the United States, watch your friends and family be unalived, watch your communities that you knew be destroyed, or you go into the belly of the beast and you live inside of one of these Western powers, particularly the United States. The nationalist rhetoric that y'all are trying to now just put onto Donald Trump and J.D. Vance is coming from both sides of the aisle. Yes, I said it, both sides of the aisle. If you are somebody who describes yourself as a Democrat who was just a couple weeks ago talking about how Venezuelan gangs were taking over an apartment building, what do you think that rhetoric is leading to? That is rhetoric that Donald Trump is now using that has been debunked, and rhetoric that Kamala Harris has not come out and condemned. They are using you and your rhetoric online to manufacture consent to destabilize these countries. I'm pretty sure there's either an attempted coup or there was an attempted coup that was going on in Venezuela. The U.S. government, after meeting with the Kenyan government under the Joe Biden presidency, after meeting with the Kenyan president, they sent Kenyan military troops to go further destabilize Haiti. Watching right now as you all try to push this onto J.D. Vance and Donald Trump because they are willing to be the blatant fascists that y'all know are tried and true to the American right. and seemingly ignoring the subtle yet very, very effective, as we are seeing, work of the Democratic Party to actively destabilize countries as we currently speak. The willingness to ignore that is crazy. And y'all have got to understand that this nationalist rhetoric, this bullshit that I have to put my mask on first, I have to protect my country first, is not going to save you. Because at the end of the day, while you're trying to protect your family and your community, the U.S. is out there destabilizing other countries, which means that there is more people who are going to be moving into your communities, that are going to be putting further strain on resources that we have in abundance, but that our government is purposely making more and more difficult for us to access. The fact that y'all heard Kamala Harris say that she wants to strengthen the border and has a border policy that is in alignment with ICE should be alarming to you. The fact that y'all don't hear about kids in cages no more, when those kids didn't magically disappear from those cages, should be alarming to y'all. But because all it takes is for there to be a blue and a D next to that name, that's it. And that's why I need us to understand that us acting like, oh, what, like I'm so shocked and horrified that Trumpies are doing this, and Democrats are too. They're destabilizing these countries. They're harming people too. And I knew that this was going to happen when I started seeing that fucking just awful rhetoric about how first gen and immigrants shouldn't have a place in this conversation, while y'all are actively pushing to vote for a first gen person to be the president of the United States. I need us to be fucking serious. I need us to be fucking serious right now about what we're talking about and the things that we're willing to ignore.
Look, we can disagree with one another, we can debate one another, but we cannot tell the American people that one candidate is a fascist, and if he's elected, it is going to be the end of American democracy.
So I made this video earlier, and it got muted, but I just couldn't pass up the hypocrisy of MAGA supporters like J.D. Vance calling for the Democratic Party to turn down its rhetoric like they do not know who's at the top of the Republican ticket. You can't make this up.
Kamala Harris is the first major party nominee in American history who fundamentally rejects freedom and embraces Marxism, communism, and fascism. This is a radical left Marxist, communist, fascist. She's a fascist. These are fascists, they're communists, they're Marxists, they're radical left Democrats. They're sick people. We're living in a fascist state. Those are fascists, by the way. Those are the people that are a danger to the country. Every time the radical left Democrats, Marxists, communists, and fascists indict me, I consider it a badge, a great, great, beautiful badge of honor and courage.
And while J.D. Vance is on a stage talking about turning down the rhetoric and not calling people fascists, Donald Trump is literally on a stage in Grand Rapids, Michigan, with law enforcement agents nonetheless, and says the following.
An illegal alien animal. The Democrats said, please don't call them animals. They're humans. I said, no, they're not humans. They're not humans. They're animals.
And not one person on that stage flinched. It could be that the Fraternal Order of Police have endorsed Donald Trump. There is that. And none of them called for him to turn down the rhetoric. Let's be clear. The only people under indictment for trying to interfere with a lawful election in this country are Donald Trump and his MAGA cohorts. January 6th, anybody? Donald Trump is a direct threat to this democracy. And let's be doubly clear on this. Thomas Matthew Crooks, who tried to assassinate Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania, was a registered Republican. And Ryan Wesley Rout in 2016 voted for Donald Trump. So it would seem that Donald Trump has the same problem that schools, malls, and concert venues have, as well as other mass shooting locations. Radicalized white men with easy access to AK-47 styled weapons. And who started that fight?
So this is all I got from those videos. And like the first young lady said, I see a lot of people mocking, mocking Haitians. And you also saw the black girl that was overacting. That is what I call it. Actually, I have seen that video a long time ago. And the video where you check her on that young black lady's video, you definitely will see so many white women telling her, thank you so much for saying the truth, right? When nothing happened. Like she said, you cannot differentiate Haitian and from every other person. Once you are black, you're a black person, especially in the United States. Nobody wants to know where you're coming from because that's they don't want to know if you are even migrant. Not until they probably start asking questions. But from the first look already, you all are the same, all right? There is no different. Not until there is question or questions, right? You cannot tell this person is Haitian for those that are laughing at the Haitians over what is going on. There is nothing laughable about this. This is actually a tactic that they use to hold, like, I don't even know how to explain this, but tell me how somebody will come out with a lie like this, like on national TV, to tell people that Haitians are eating their pets. Like, where did that start from? And if you look around what is going on, you can see Springfield and all that. There has been so many things going on there. I mean, Haitians are not safe. They keep getting threat messages and all that. Like, sincerely speaking, I know their life will never remain the same for at least for a particular period of time. Not until everything is settled and the rest of it. And which is a very, very horrible thing to do to people. For those that are mocking, for those that are saying, see, I am not going to lie to you. The cops, they don't know who this person is. They cannot differentiate who is who. The only people, like that young lady said, the only people they can differentiate from is like those South Sudanese and Ethiopian, right? Ethiopians, you can, like, even when you don't, once you see them, you know this is Ethiopian. Or, Somalians and Ethiopians. That is, Somalian and Ethiopian and South Sudanese. These are the people that will be like, oh, okay. That is, if they know, because you can't tell me that somebody that doesn't know how the whole thing happens and someone that they probably will still not understand. But this is also a wake-up call for us, right? Because a fight on anybody that looks like me is a fight on all. Why? Because if it touches you, it touches the other person. Nobody can tell who you are or where you are from. Not until probably proper interrogation and all that. And maybe before you know how they do their thing, sometimes there is not like interrogation, and before you know what is going on, somewhere we always look like the description and the rest of it. They've been spreading all these rumors and all that, going around trying to make people feel that Haitians are. But see, I don't know how to say this, but I took my time to read about Haitians and what their culture and all that, and I found out that cats is something that it's more like abomination where they come from. Why? Because I took my time to read about some certain things and the rest of it. So cats wouldn't be something that you would say that Haitians it's not a thing there. And I think that there is no need for us, trying to mock anybody or trying to use this as an opportunity to make fun of anybody, because this is actually not the right time to do something like that. And this is also lies, I see a lot of videos. Even there is also a white girl that came out to say that, of all lies or of all things, to say this is what they came up with, Now, really, the whole thing is just a mess. You all can see the same person that says some people are eating their pets, some people are doing this and all that. White women are not saying anything. But now, they are okay with felony. White women are okay with felonies, and there are racism and every other thing. Sexism, they are okay with raping, misogyny, and all that. But now that Trump said that I said some certain things about was the Taylor Swift, right? What are they saying? What are you people saying? They, like she said, they are now torn, because they are like, how come animal cruelty and now Taylor Swift, their favorite, their queen. So where are you people standing now? When he said that Haitians are eating pets, right? You all were so happy to clap for him, say that, yeah, he's speaking the truth, he's saying the truth. Now that he has said something about your queen, Taylor Swift, what are you people saying? Because if you're also not saying anything, you are part of the problem, and you know that. You all are okay with some certain things. You don't talk about some certain things when it happens. You see everything going on, even when you know it's a lie and all that. You are still standing on your ground. That what are you people saying? You all are so good at fear mongering and all that. You all, I have not seen anybody coming out to debunk or, call their favorite person out. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.